Tesla is firing back. In a lengthy blog post, the car maker disputes suggestions its Model S electric car has faulty suspension and claims it never asks consumers to sign non-disclosure agreements, preventing them from talking to regulators. This comes after the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says it's probing possible suspension problems and took Tesla to task for alleged non-disclosure agreements. Joining us now with more is WSJ reporter Mike Spector. Mike, thanks so much for joining us.
Sure.
Back us up a bit quickly if you could.
So this all began with one car owner alleging a faulty suspension in his Model S sedan. And he alleges that Tesla made him sign a goodwill agreement that essentially prevents consumers from taking this problem to safety regulators. Ironically, as Tesla pointed out, he ended up talking to NHTSA. This all got brought to attention by a blogger at the Daily Kanban who put out some information about this, and NHTSA ended up responding to say that they're looking into the issue.
And that's what made it news, right, with that response.
Right.
Now, the lengthy blog post on the Tesla Motors website, which is titled A Grain of Salt, says in part, there is no safety defect with the suspensions in either the Model S or Model X. And since we own all of our service centers, we are aware of every incident that happens with our customer cars, and we are aware of every part that gets replaced. Also later, Tesla has never and would never ask a customer to sign a document to prevent them from talking to NHTSA or any government agency. That is preposterous. Yet it does go on to say it does sometimes ask consumers to sign these goodwill agreements. What are those exactly?
Sure. So this goodwill agreement that Tesla is referencing and that this car owner is referencing has language in it that protects Tesla from later litigation.
Right.
For instance, if they were to cover some costs for a repair, which frankly is another issue that we could probably have a debate about, but it doesn't explicitly prevent this consumer or any other consumer from going to regulators. And as they point out, he actually did talk to the safety agency.
Right, and the safety agency says it is considering looking into this issue, correct?
Right, so the word they use is examining, and so they haven't opened even what's called a preliminary evaluation, which is the first step. It's the first official investigation that NHTSA would open up before elevating it to an engineering analysis and making it really serious. For now, they're just in data collection mode, looking into this matter. They expressed some concern about the non-disclosure agreement and want to make sure that there isn't language in any type of agreement Tesla is using that would prevent anyone from alerting them to safety problems, because they rely on the public to alert them to safety problems.
Right.
But no full-blown investigation of any kind of this by NHTSA at this point.
Now, in this blog post today, Tesla, whoever wrote it, seems to suggest that this blogger, Edward Niedermeyer, may have something to gain by bringing Tesla down. Was that unusual to sort of single out an individual in a case like this?
So it's not clear from the blog post who wrote it. The head of Tesla, the chief executive, Elon Musk, as we all know, is very colorful and often makes fanciful claims. Whether anybody involved in the situation is seeking financial gain of any kind is unsubstantiated and unclear. But I think it is fair to say that this particular blogger has been extremely critical of Tesla. It doesn't mean he's wrong per se, but definitely has been extraordinarily critical of this company.
Very, very interesting story and a wild ride for sure.
Indeed.
Mike, thank you so much for that.